There's a lot being said about this movie already. Is each frame of it a work of art? Yes. Is it an assault to the senses in like the best way possible? Yes. Is it the best Spider-Man story ever put to film? Maybe. Let's talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Miles Morales catapults across the multiverse, where he encounters a team of spider people charged with protecting its very existence. When the heroes clash on how to handle a new threat, Miles must redefine what it means to be a hero. You might be saying, Rob, why didn't you list the actors? It's because there's too many. There are way too many to list, and you know what? All of them are awesome. I'm serious. Every performance in this movie is like perfect. I can't see how any performance could have been done any better than it already was. So yeah, across the board, kudos. One of the big things here is the score and the soundtrack. Daniel Pemberton did the score, and I'm telling you, it is great. It's so good. I want both the score and the soundtrack. I want them now. Apparently they're not available yet, but I want them. I want them now. They're that good. The story is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's layered in a way that again, it's almost an assault to the senses. There's so much, not just visually, but to the story too. It's really, really cool. It's very heartfelt, more heartfelt than I expected. I expected it to be kind of in the vein of Into the Spider-Verse, but yeah, it's really, really well done. And I think one of the biggest things is that there was this feeling of real stakes involved. Like, it wasn't just a throwaway villain. It wasn't just a throwaway plot. Oh, look at how cool this looks. No, the story had an urgency to it. But when it comes down to it, it's all about the art. It's the care of the artists here, like across the board. It's jaw-droppingly beautiful in every single frame. I'm serious when I say that. I kept watching it going, there's got to be stuff where it's just humdrum, and it's not. Everything is just dripping with style and a care that is so amazing to see. I seriously started tearing up in the movie about 20 minutes in, and not because of the story, hitting this impactful moment. No, I've never seen anything that made me smile this much and made me feel the way that this movie made me feel. I'm telling you, it is gorgeous. And I'm sitting there going, okay, this movie might be perfect. I'll also say that I did have a 5-hour energy immediately preceding the screening. So I was having, kind of a headache and was kind of feeling like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to take this movie. 5-hour energy, it definitely helped. I'll say that. And I will also say that my wife, who is roughly the same age as me, found that it dragged. She found it an assault to the senses. For her, that wasn't a good thing. It felt like a lot, like just a lot. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. One thing I want to mention about my screening, and this was at Cinemark, okay? Do they have rumble seats? Like, it wasn't like the D-Box thing where, it moves you and stuff and, backwards and forwards and then it rumbles and all that stuff. No, it felt like these were just regular seats, but they felt like they were rumbling, which was, I gotta say, not bad, but it was also like, why does it keep doing that? Is the bass just that high in this theater? Also, the audio mix felt a bit off. I guess the center channel, where the dialogue is coming from, there are times when the dialogue feels a little drowned out compared to the rest of the audio mix. So that was a little off-putting, I'll say, because I couldn't make out what the people were saying in some scenes. So here's where I go crazy overboard, okay? Number one, I can't see any film beating this year. Like, I can't see that any film would make me feel like this one did for the rest of the year. I just can't see it. It's definitely my favorite Spider-Man movie ever. And it might be, I'm going to say, in my top 3 comic book movies of all time. Like, I feel comfortable saying that. Now, there's a little bit of recency bias, right? I mean, that happens. You come out of a movie and you go, oh man, that was the best thing ever. And then, you sit with it a bit and things change. But I can't see it happening here. I really can't. And I'll also say this. Does this movie, does it make the case that every comic book movie going forward should just be animated? It's definitely something well worth considering. So yeah, I like the movie. Can you tell? I'm curious, for those of you who have also seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, what did you think of it? Did you get those same feelings that I did? Were you in love with this movie as much as I was? Let's talk about it down in the comment section below. And yeah, that could be really an interesting conversation, don't you think? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.